This is Jump and Shoot playing Pokemon Wacky and Tabacky, and I just really wanted to play Pokemon today. I don't have much to talk about, but I just wanted to play some damn Pokemon. Some good old liberating Pokemon was nothing more than an excuse. This is the old Team Plasma. They thought they were doing the right thing, and now Nia Team Plasma is like, actually, we are. That's kind of just evil. You fool, we're not going to listen to what a traitor has to say. But first, I need to get the item over there before anything happens. Okay, so I saw Across the Spider-Verse, sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, which came out a very long 5 years ago. And I really liked it. I liked 95% of it, the sequel. The first one was super cool. It said Miles is already in the comics by then. The torch was being passed down to him from a different Spider-Man. You're telling him how to do all these things, use his powers and everything. What is cool is, of course, the animation. Oh, fuck. Really? Is this before it was nerfed? Or not? I guess we're gonna find out. Okay. It was after it was nerfed. Alright. So I have this fancy new guy back there, the Tangrowth, who can do some stuff. Yeah, anyway, long story short, I liked the first movie, okay? There's not really much story behind it other than I saw it on a date, and that was a good date, but I'm not with that person anymore, and I'm kind of hoping that person doesn't associate Spider-Verse or anything Spider-Verse related as being with me, because that would be kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I saw Across the Spider-Verse on my own. You know what was dumb is that for the people I've been matching with on dating apps for like the past week and a half, I've been asking them if they want to see Across the Spider-Verse, and I'm not getting any response, and I just removed all of them. So you know what? Fuck it. I caught up with my credit card. I'm going to spend money to go see it by myself. I don't care. And you know what was also annoying is I've been doing a pretty good job at ignoring the promotions for it, and also doing a pretty good job ignoring spoilers on Twitter or any YouTube feed thing, whatever. And then I started seeing some like the ending explained thumbnails. Like I really don't want to come across those. So I felt like this week was the day. I saw it like, what's today? Friday. I saw it on Wednesday, and that was a really good experience. My theater wasn't like too noisy. At the end, I knew it was a part one going in. And at the end, I did hear some, like, actual groans, like, oh my god, really? They ended it like that? Ugh! It didn't really end like that abruptly. It was just, like, I wish there was kind of a more, like, an action scene to really punctuate the end of it. Like, there's at the end of the movie, Miles is running away from the Spider-Mans that are after him, without saying too much, of course. And it's just the last part of the movie is kind of like a running montage of like his memories catching up with him, and I thought they would have ended it with like a fight with a character or something, but it's just like a couple of twists are there. Oh, this whole thing is made of ice. That's gnarly. What we have to do is do some fancy footwork. You're gonna have to try that. Whatever Mario game it was, or someone said, you're gonna have to do some fancy footwork if you want to get across this gap. I'm gonna find who it was and kill them. So, yeah, the end of the movie is just Miles running. And I'm like, this could have been something else. I feel like I was just here. You do this you do the same like facing them off in the boat, like what we did before the like after the last gym. Like, so what do you want me to do? Do I go back inside the boat now? It's Kirim. We have to turn off the giant machine? No, anyway. Yeah, a lot of the action scenes beforehand were super cool. I did like that you get to see more worlds from in the Spider-Verse. Like, you get to see the Indian Spider-Man. I forgot his name. I'm going to say something wrong, and it's going to sound like I'm racist, but I'm not. Dude, what do you want me to do? Where are the Shadow Triads? You're really making me sweat here. I don't know what you want me to do. Did we just go inside the boat? Yep. It introduced Spider-Punk, which I also already knew about. And there's a pregnant Spider-Woman. There's a pregnant black Spider-Woman. So she's like 3 different kinds of woke. Oh my god, I can't believe people are so like that. Anyway. And yeah, there's a lot of more cameos from like other universes. Like there's a fucking Lego universe. It mixes in a lot of live action characters and references like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all that shit. Like, these are fun cameos appearances. Well, I mean, they weren't like full cameos, but he's in like an area where he's seeing all the past traumas of different Spider-Men or Spider people, and he sees the live action characters in the background, and it's like, whoa, this is silly but also really cool. Hey, that's my guy. You can't do that. Okay, what we're gonna do is rewind and survive. Wow, he's really weak without shift gear. Oh god. And oh god, the music is really good, even though it's mostly rap music, which I hate. Just kidding, I don't hate. Well, I wouldn't put on any mainstream artists on my phone for music at all. But overall, it's a super cool movie. And you know, I was also thinking these Miles Morales Spider-Man games, because I was getting into this point about the open world stuff about Zelda, but I missed my mark. But I would like these Spider-Man games much more if they take Spider-Man and kind of, I guess it would have to be a Spider-Verse game where you take the Miles Morales Spider-Man and he's going to different Spider-Verses. It's like different locations, because I hate that you're always tied to just the one New York all the time, and all you do is just do missions inside that New York, and it's like, I don't want to spend all my time here. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I guess I'm just out of it, open world shit. Like I said before, I need changes of pace. Like, well, imagine a Spider-Man game where you go to Spider-Punk Zone, where you go to somebody else's go to Lego Spider-Man World, and like Lego Marvel is already a thing. They could just incorporate that technology or whatever. Rock climb is the stupidest move in Pokemon, next to heal block. But yeah, you could go to like Spider-Man Noir World or the Toon World with Spider-Pig. Like, it would look so good in those kinds of games. But I am alone on this, and that is just fine. Basically, I want Spider-Man Kingdom Hearts. Oh lord, with the Kingdom Hearts, there he goes again, talking about how he wants to go to different worlds. He wants to get off the island. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Who is this guy? Is this the traitor? How come all of us who were in Team Plasma together, thinking we knew what was right, are now divided into former Team Plasma members and continuing Team Plasma members, and both with opposing points of view? Or is it line between friend and foe? I spent a lot of time asking myself that. As for you, SNS4, you'll need to enter a password to continue to move on. And that password is... I didn't think I told you the password. Yeah, just figure it out. Wow, what an asshole. He gave me some, like, philosophical bullshit, and then he didn't even tell me the answer. Alright then, Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 for the Nintendo DS. I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way. With my Fire Punch. Yeah, I wish it was incorporated to the games, but it would have to be a Spider-Verse game, which would be a completely different game entirely. So, yeah, I know what I'm asking for is too stupid. But, yeah, I'm super excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse. It is super noticeable that the signage for Across the Spider-Verse definitely used to say part 1, or when it was announced it was part 1, and then they took it off all of the advertising because they didn't want people to be like, oh, let's not see this one because it's a part 1, we'll wait till both are out and see them all like together. That would probably hurt the box office numbers, so they dropped it from the advertising, so in hopes that people might be able to see it. But then you got people mad that there's like they do the to be continued shit at the end. Didn't we know this though didn't we learn our lesson from Infinity War though? Wasn't it like called Infinity War Part 1? I don't know, it was called Infinity War and then the next movie was Endgame. What did you say? The password is a numeric code. The second number is 2. Okay. I train myself endlessly. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, maybe the world just doesn't like part 1s and part 2s again. Gosh. And rightly so. It is kind of annoying. I agree. Kind of glad that, like, the anti-woke people are kind of, like, super muted on this. Like, they've been pretty vocal about The Little Mermaid and anything surrounding that because there's a black main character, but even when the first Spider-Verse movie came out, I definitely heard people being like, they made Peter Parker black? What the fuck? And it's like, dude, Miles is a new character. Shut the fuck up. And they handled... Oh shit, it's gonna make me take all this damage. It definitely fed into the whole, like, Hollywood going woke crap that was just really annoying to hear from, like, anybody. But, yeah, people forget that in the comics, like, he was already introduced. They weren't just suddenly making a new Black Spider-Man. Like, so, come off it, dudes. As Spider-Punk would say, he was like, hey, come off it. Like, I hit the AM, I hit the PM, and I fucking rob everybody, man. Fuck the police. Defund the authorities. Okay, yeah, I get it. You're too cool for school. That's why you don't go there. Yeah, so if there's any voices like that now, they're super muted. Like, I don't hear anything about it. Like, these movies are just widely critically acclaimed to be just super good, so it really doesn't matter what anybody tries to put on it, like with their bigotry. So good for us, I think. Come on, it's level whatever. You got the stab, you got the crab, but hey, your invisibility activated, so now we can begin to do anew. Oh my god, one more level until he can actually be useful. Alright, give me the other number, please. Oh, wait, you don't have the number? Okay. Max Revive. There better be some cool-ass items in here. Actually, this whole area is new for black and white. Oh shit. Because in black one and white one, I don't even remember what you did. You get the white stone or the black stone, and then you have to go to N's castle. That's right. You go to N's castle and you find N's room, and it's really weird. It's like, oh, he's got a childlike mind. It's like inside of his mind, he's a child, which means we're all grooming him. Yeah, let's not say any more words today. Do you think there will be less war if Team Plasma takes over the world? No. What are you, high? And I like that there was a weird little, there was something weird going on with what the first guy was saying about how there's like two opposing, there's like Neo separated from the traditional ones, and then there's like people on opposing sides within both. It's kind of like a metaphor for American politics, but it's all because Unova is based on America also. I this might be reaching, but I feel like that's a parallel to like liberals and conservatives, where we have like people on both sides just like at each other's throats. It's like we need to unify, or I don't know, some bullshit. I guess I'm done talking about Spider-Verse. I don't know what else to think, really. You know what actually might be, I've thought about this a little bit, and I don't think this is quite that bad, but the Spider-Verse, the Beyond the Spider-Verse has yet to be made, right? As far as I'm assuming right now. But there's a writer's strike going on right now because one of the things is the jobs of writers are kind of in jeopardy, because what's been happening is when something goes straight to streaming, apparently anybody part of those projects don't get any revenue, and that's why we heard Scarlett Johansson threatened to sue Disney if Black Widow went straight to streaming, and that was during like the middle of the pandemic, like 2020, 2021. So it was so divisive, because it was like, well, Disney is like, we put movies on streaming because there's a pandemic and we need a convenient option for people that it's like more safe. But Scarlett Johansson is also in the right, because hey, I'm the actor. Everyone part of this movie deserves like a cut. If you put it on streaming, none of us get any revenue. And I think they tried to pay her off, and she might have denied it, because she can't just take the money, because like, what about everybody else, you know? I actually don't know what ended up happening, but that's like one of the things where the writer strike is happening because of that. And the other thing I've heard is that some companies are they're just thinking about it. I don't know if they actually are. They're thinking of like using writers to edit like AI generated scripts so they can capitalize and pay the less amount of people as possible, which is kind of fucked up. So that's another thing why the writer's strike is happening. But I think that they must have, since this is Across and Beyond, or like part 1 and 2, they must have begun development on Beyond at some point already. So I hope that it's not like terrible because of the writer's strike by the time it comes out. And I also heard that Beyond the Spider-Verse is gonna come out like pretty early next year. Like they've already been working on it, supposedly. There's no way they weren't, you know. Otherwise, we'd have the part 1, and then the part 2 would have come like in the next 5 years, which would be bad for sales, I think. All right, we finally got the fucking useful move. I'm gonna take off Discharge, because you only need 2 moves. If you can't get through with those 2 moves, then we have a problem. I figured out the puzzle. It's all 2. They're all the number 2. I don't know why that girl says, well, you can just enter whatever you want. My favorite number is 0 because I'm silly. I'm gonna feel pretty silly when it's not all 2s. Well, shit. Okay, it's gotta be 0 2 2 2. Okay, it's gotta be 2 2 2 0. Oh my god. Well, I'll be back. I magically guessed the password after I looked it up. All the barriers are deactivated. You can proceed now. So, apparently here, it could be, since they say like since they say 3 of the numbers are the same, and then 1 is like a free card, then. And each save file is different, so you could have 1. It's like number 0 number, so it could have 1 2 3 4 5 all the way to 9. So that's the way the RNG in this game works. I just have to be getting 2s from the hints, which means that my password is going to be 2202. Kind of annoying, not going to lie. I don't know why I'm fighting all these Karaganals with the ice type, since that would be very bad, but I'm bigger, faster, and stronger too. Also, Karaganal has like 0 defense, so it doesn't matter what attack I use. It might matter for Weavile. Hopefully he doesn't have like ice punch or something dumb like that. I'm about to wrap up this video. Not gonna lie, but I just want to get to a point where there's some hype going on, and I'm gonna save right before Zekrom. That was kind of okay. Being again, no matter. Team Plasma, we get the last laugh. Let's look at that dragon. He has like a black panel and a white panel, which means he's different.